Hey gang, what's going on? Welcome to Talking Vegas All Day with KA. I'm your host KA, and on today's show, Jay and I are going to review our Easter 2022 trip that we had here a couple weeks back. No, we're not waiting 6 months to release it. We've been working on it here over these last couple days between work and life outside the pod. So I want to give you kind of an in-depth look into some of the things we did, some recommendations, and just overall things we did. And we're going to also drop some bonus shows, just talking about certain areas like Resorts World, some concerts, and some other activities we did, and our thoughts and kind of perceptions of it. But before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, click subscribe, and punch that notification bell so you can get up-to-date information when I drop new episodes. Also, I'm available on all major social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram at Talking Vegas All Day with KA, and on Twitter at Vegas_KA. And then also, if you like this, check out my pod. Sometimes I drop different episodes than what I release here on YouTube. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started today on Talking Vegas All Day with me, KA.
Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's go tonight.
Right now,
Let's go to Vegas. We'll stay up all night.
up in the
Let's go to Vegas.
And as you guys know in the intro, we were recently out in Las Vegas over Easter, our annual Easter trip. And we had a wonderful time, didn't we?
We sure did.
Yes, it was a fun time. So we just want to give you guys a little bit of an update, kind of how our trip went, give you some tips, some things we oversaw. So this kind of just gets started. So trip out there, it was fine other than the parking. On our way there, we found out that the parking garages and the one lot was closed and they were pretty much at capacity, and they were telling us to park elsewhere. So luckily, while we were sitting there figuring out what we were going to do in traffic, we made a call to my one buddy. Shout out to Kevin Pierce. Thank you very much for listening. And we were able to park at his place.
Yeah, he was a lifesaver.
And so then we got there. We did do something a little new. We flew budget this time just because with my travel agency, I was able to get some good rates. I mean, the flight itself and the flight there were fine.
Yeah, it was just the whole trying to drop off our checked bag that was tagged and everything. We just literally need to drop it off, and the situation was a mess because there was not enough people working or that knew what they were doing, and there was quite the backlog.
Right. And yeah, it was really honestly just somebody that I felt overwhelmed. But, again, guys, we always are traveling. So, when you travel, I mean, you gotta remember people behind the desk are people too. It just was unfortunate. I felt that she was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But we had a great flight out there. We got in, driver with our Uber to the Mirage. We did stay at the Mirage, obviously, since, in a couple year or so or more, it will no longer be the Mirage. We thought we'd check that out. So we got in late. First night, you kind of just crashed.
Yeah, we need to get reset,
And as for me, I decided to venture out onto the strip. And here's a pro tip. So yeah, some of the places that are advertising ours still aren't open to full capacity yet, although ours are a lot better than what they were back last year at this time. I was going to go Grand Lux over at the Venetian. And I walked over there. I was looking for it. And by the time I got there, even though it says it's open 24 hours, it was not open 24 hours. So I don't know if it was because it was a Wednesday and not the weekend or what, but yeah, it wasn't open. So I basically kind of just bopped around while you were snoozing. And
yeah, and I felt great the next morning. I slept really well. The Mirage's bed was very, very comfy.
And I tried to make it down to Resorts World that first night, but then I got to the Encore and I was like, I'm going to turn around. So I was really hungry. So I turned around and I did something that I laugh at myself about. I ate at Denny's there at the Casino Royale. Now, I will say, meal was good. It was cheap. It was a Denny's, but they had cocktails. So I had a few whiskeys and Coke.
Was it definitely a step above the Denny's that we had back here at home?
It was smaller than the Denny's we had back here at home.
Was it cleaner?
That's debatable. But it was very good. And shout out to those people. They were very friendly. I had a wonderful host. So then I walked around, hung out a little bit more at Mirage, did a little gambling, didn't win anything. And also that's right, I did go to Harrah's for a brief stop. And I did, like I told you, I checked out Casino Royale. That place at 3 a.m. on Wednesday is depressing. Great stories, I'm sure, will be had down the road, but I'll be honest with you, it wasn't as bad as you hear people in some of the other vet trip reports say, and it was good. Although there were some world famous, like if you could take pictures of some of the people, it's like, wow, okay. But anyway, a little snarky there, no offense. Anyway, so first full day. So on these episodes, folks, again, we're just going to go through some of the highlights. We're going to kind of break these down into mini episodes. So first full day, we went to our probably now one of our top 3 places for breakfast. Mm-hmm. Went to Black Bear Diner, and you had?
I had the chicken fried steak, which was excellent as always.
And I had the skillet mill, which was excellent. And we actually got to meet some special people while we were there. And that was a really cool part. We're eating our breakfast, talking about our day. And there
were police officers in there that were raising money for Special Olympics. Yeah, so they had, some people with Special Olympics there. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about what they do and how they team up with them and everything. It was really cool. We gave a donation and it was really cool to talk to them.
And we got to meet the one kid, I think his name was Randy, and his mom took a picture with us. And the kid was so excited, he was telling me about his bowling. And I'm like sitting there, like trying to eat my breakfast. The kid's like just sitting there telling me about it. But it was really cool. And it was really awesome. And it felt great, to chip back, even though we're on vacation. They were like, kind of like, oh, wow, you're not from around here. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the breakfast, as always, amazing. And they have really good coffee there. My iced coffee was really good. Yeah,
shout out to Black Bear Diner. You guys, I know are a chain. You're not just local, but you guys got good food. And then we decided we were going to try to go to Orleans and check that out finally. But yeah, they're getting ready for that Rockabilly show this year, and it was already kind of crazy and didn't really have good parking. So we decided to head back to the Mirage. And we'll talk about the Mirage here real quick. So, overall impressions of Mirage. I thought our room
was nice.
The room was excellent. I thought the bars, for what we did, were really nice. And we'll talk about that a little later on another episode. I thought they were very nice, well kept. Like the center bar, I had a drink there that first night. The pool was excellent. That was actually one of the places, and you like to go to the pools. I kind of, having been a former swim coach, I've been around pools my whole life, as have you.
Yes, same.
But, I kind of just take it where it is. I'll play in the pool, but I don't like just to hang out at the pool. But even I had a good time, and the drinks were good.
Yeah, we were lounging there. I mean, the one thing that drives me nuts a little bit at some of these places is that, you want to go in the hot tub for, a little bit, and you go in there and it's basically become a kiddie pool because, there's just kids running amok in there.
Right. And so that was nice. I hope that Planet, the Hard Rock, I hope the Hard Rock keeps that place together. And I also hope that in some sense they do, because that's nice with the dolphin exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then restaurants really hadn't changed. That Rum Bar Ultra Lounge just opened that we saw there. Overall, though, we did play that first night. We did play some video poker and got to drink free. Had a great time there. We did go. I went to Snacks, which is the old Carnegie Deli. It was okay. I mean, it was your typical late night food option. Nothing overwhelming. But I thought that the sandwich I had was excellent. Big portions. But yeah, I really like their food lineup over there. I mean, it's nothing over the top expensive. Maybe it's steakhouse there, but overall, I mean, it's a nice place. I hate to see it go. I think it's at a good location. It's kind of still has some of that glitz and glare of like the first mega resort. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I enjoyed my stay there. It's a good location on the Strip. You're around a lot of stuff, and you can get pretty much anywhere from there. But yeah, like I said, the pool was a highlight. I got a really great night's sleep. I thought the beds were really comfy. And yeah, like really no complaints. Definitely enjoyed it. I'm glad we were able to see it, while it's still, the Mirage.
So that's kind of just one of the trips. We'll do a couple others here. So after the pool, we kind of just hung out, and then we went down the Strip a little bit. Oh, and by that point, we walked down the Strip because it's time for dinner, and we walked around. We went to Bally's, walked around there a little bit. Now it's going to be the Horseshoe. Really, nothing started yet. And then we walked to Paris. Did check out Vanderpump's, the little new Paris place that Lady Vanderpump has. Mm-hmm. That was nice. And then we also saw that Mr. Bobby Flay had a new burger and shake joint, which I totally disapprove of. My personal feelings on Bobby Flay. Shout out to Bobby Flay if you are listening. You do great things with cats. But that said, I don't have anything personal against him. It's just more of a rib. But shout out to Anthony Bourdain.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to Anthony Bourdain for his ribbing of Bobby Flay. But in all honesty, the place looked nice. I mean, they had some good menu options, and Paris is nice. I know a lot of people I've been seeing recently saying it's old and outdated. It's still a really unique property.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah. And then we did something new. We went up to the beer park because I keep seeing people that I talked to are like, you need to check out beer park. So we went up there.
Nice view up there and good selection.
Awesome
of
view, excellent selection of beer. Bugger to get a seat, I will tell you that. But
we just sat at the bar and it was
fun. And that'd be a place maybe I'd go back and spend a little bit more time at. Mm-hmm. And then so after that we went down to our favorite place, Best Friends.
Yeah.
And no, Roy was not there this time. But we got a lot this meal. We got the ramen bowl. We got the barbecued.
We got the pork. We got obviously the Mexican street corn, which is so good.
Yeah.
Everything's so good.
And we got the tacos again.
Yes.
That was a lot of food.
It was.
Yeah, we probably didn't need the tacos this time or the ramen, but I'm glad we tried something new this time. And again, that place, folks, if you're looking for a great meal at a very affordable cost,
it's served family style. Like what they give you is enough for a couple people. So.
And it's excellent. So definitely, if you haven't tried out and you like Korean food, definitely check out Roy Choi's place, Best Friend. So after that, we were stuffed, and we decided we were gonna go. And I wish we would have done. We were gonna go to Ace's Nails, but then we were just like, eh.
Yeah, because they have like this like 90s karaoke and stuff. They're not karaoke, but bingo, and look like a lot of fun. So we'll have to catch it another time. But
I really kind of wanted to go, but I think we went up to Resorts World.
yeah, we did a lot of walking that night. I still have blisters like almost 2 weeks later on my feet, like monster blisters, but it was worth it.
It was, and we'll review the Resorts World in another show. But we went to Resorts World, checked it out. It was better than I thought it would be. We then went up to Slots of Dead.
Slots of Dead. It
was Slots of Fun. We were like, let's go to Slots of Fun. And then I remember reading that it's kind of like in limbo as to what they wanted to do. And we walked in, we were like, at first, like, is there anybody in there? There was like one dude. It was like out of a horror movie. There was like one dude just creepily walking in the background, janitor guy. And I'm like,
there's literally no one there, like nothing.
I think when we walked in, somebody else walked in and started playing. But yeah, there was nothing in there other than like few machines here and there, and that was really it. And then we walked over to Circus, walked around Circus, and watched the trapeze acts, walked around the Midway, just checked it out. And here's my take on Circus, and it's good to another point we'll talk about later in the show on review. Circus, you can take your family there,
and there were a lot of kids there.
And that is where kids should be in Vegas.
Yes, thank you.
In Circus. Now, having said that, there's still value for the families. The gambling looks okay, even though dated. You're not seeing a lot of the newer machines. You're seeing a lot of the older machines. They have an exceptionally it's always one of the top steakhouses in Vegas. There's value there. I mean, you got the Adventure Dome and the, other things. I mean, would I stay there? No. But having said that, there is value in Circus. And it's a place that I actually, when I was there, I didn't mind being there. I thought it was fun. Like, it's like all these places, we're going to Circus. And you get there and you're like, oh, this is a fun time.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. You got the circus acts, you got like the Midway and all that, I mean, that stuff's kind of fun. So
I was kind of good with that.
Yeah.
And then we did something else new. We went over to the Fireside Lounge, and that was fun.
Yeah, we hadn't been to Peppermill in a little while, so yeah.
I had a good time. I thought the drinks were very well done.
Yeah, the drinks were great. They were reasonable.
Prices were, bill was excellent. And then, so we hung out there. Great staff, great fun. I'll tell you what, that first night was probably one of my favorite first nights, just hanging out on the Strip. We walked back to the hotel, and that's when we kind of crashed at the bar, played some video poker, kind of broke even that night, and then we kind of went up and crashed after that. So it was a fun first day, but I think we'll end it at that for tonight. But yeah, coming up, we're going to review kind of some more of our attractions. We are going to talk about some other places. We're going to obviously review some of the sights, sounds, and attractions. We got some epic reviews and rants on certain issues coming up. So if this episode may have been like, oh wow, it's kind of a dull review, that's kind of just folks. We're just kind of getting into it. So looking forward to another episode.
Absolutely.
And before I forget, did you enjoy your trip overall?
Yes, very much.
Good. So we'll see you next time, guys, on Talking Vegas All Day with me, KA and JA. We'll see you guys next time.